We often hear about love, how it shapes our lives, how it impacts our relationships, and how it makes us who we are. But let's take a moment to truly understand the power of a woman's love. It's not just a feeling, it's a force. A force that influences, inspires, and transforms everything it touches. Love at its core is a foundation of strength. It's the unwavering bedrock that a woman stands on, even when the world around her is uncertain. It's the quiet, consistent force that gives her the resilience to face life's challenges. The love a woman gives isn't fragile. It's the source of her power, her drive, and her ability to withstand adversity. What makes this love even more remarkable is its nurturing nature. A woman's love is not about being perfect. It's about believing in those around her, even when they don't believe in themselves. She offers support not because she has to, but because she chooses to. It's a love that seeks to build, to grow, and to uplift. When a woman loves, she creates an environment where others can thrive. But this love doesn't just sit idle, it is a catalyst for change. A woman's love moves people to action. It inspires growth. It encourages transformation. This love is not just passive admiration, it's an active force that pushes people toward greatness. It pushes her children, her partners, her friends, and even herself to rise higher, do better, and strive for more. One of the most beautiful things about a woman's love is how it creates deep connections. Her love builds bridges between hearts, fosters understanding, and forms bonds that can withstand the test of time. It's through this love that empathy grows. A woman's ability to listen, understand, and share in another's joy or pain creates spaces where people feel seen, heard, and valued. Her love connects the world, one relationship at a time. Love is often seen as a soft, gentle emotion, something that is tender and warm, but in reality, love is a foundation of strength, one that shapes the way we move through the world and face its challenges. It's not about being fragile or delicate, it's about resilience, endurance, and the unwavering determination to stand tall, even when the storm rages around us. When we think of a woman's love as a foundation of strength, we need to understand that it is a bedrock upon which everything else is built. A woman's love provides the stability needed to weather difficult circumstances. It is not the kind of strength that comes from loud actions or grand gestures, but from quiet persistence, patience, and a deep sense of commitment. It's the strength that remains steady even when the world feels like it's shifting beneath her feet. A woman's love, in its purest form, doesn't seek to dominate or control, it seeks to uplift and support. This love creates a stable foundation for those who are in need of encouragement, care, and guidance. It offers solace in moments of vulnerability and provides clarity when confusion sets in. Whether it's the love a woman offers her partner, her child, or her community, this love is a wellspring of security, knowing that no matter how difficult things become, there is someone who believes in you, someone who holds space for you to grow and rise. But this foundation doesn't only serve as a support system for others, it also nourishes the woman herself. There is an incredible power in the way a woman's love strengthens her own sense of self. Her love doesn't diminish her, it empowers her. It gives her the courage to embrace challenges, to keep pushing forward even when faced with obstacles, and to trust in her own abilities. When a woman loves, she does so with the knowledge that love is a force that can move mountains. But it requires a strong sense of self to truly tap into its power. Love as a foundation of strength is seen in the way a woman balances the many roles she plays in life. It is through love that she learns how to be both nurturing and strong, tender and resilient. She is capable of offering the utmost care and compassion while also standing firm in her boundaries and beliefs. The duality of love, the softness and the strength, works together to create a balance that allows her to be both a pillar of support and a force to be reckoned with. In the face of adversity, a woman's love becomes a powerful shield. It is in moments of hardship, when things seem bleak, that this love is most evident. It's the love that refuses to give up, that keeps moving forward when everything else feels uncertain. Whether she's facing personal struggles, societal pressures, or external obstacles, a woman's love serves as an unshakable foundation that keeps her grounded. It's the quiet confidence that says, I may not have all the answers right now, but I will figure this out. I will keep going because my love is stronger than the challenges before me. This strength of love is not defined by the absence of fear or doubt. It's defined by the ability to press on despite those fears, knowing that love will guide the way. A woman's love gives her the ability to face the hardest days with a heart full of hope and determination. It is through this love that she learns to rise again and again, each time stronger than before. At the heart of it all, love is what keeps a woman anchored. It is the internal compass that guides her decisions, the light that illuminates her path, even when the world around her feels dark. It is her love that provides the strength to be authentic, to be unapologetically herself. and to offer the best of who she is to the world. A woman's love as a foundation of strength is the ultimate testament to the power of resilience. It's the quiet, constant force that allows her to navigate life's challenges with grace, power, and unwavering belief in herself. And it is through this love that she not only survives but thrives, creating a legacy of strength that extends far beyond her own life. Love, in its truest form, is never passive. It moves, it acts, it transforms. When we talk about a woman's love being a catalyst for change, we are talking about something that goes far beyond emotions and words. It's about action, evolution, and growth. A woman's love doesn't simply accept the world as it is. It imagines what the world could be and then works every day to make that vision a reality. There's something deeply powerful about the way love inspires a woman to initiate change. It often begins with a quiet realization that something needs to be better, that someone deserves more, that a situation must evolve. And from that realization, love becomes a motivator. Whether it's in her home, her career, her community, or the broader world, a woman driven by love is not content with standing still. Her love gives her the energy to push boundaries, challenge norms, and break through limitations. She sees not just what is, but what could be. And her love compels her to take the necessary steps to get there. This isn't always easy. Change never is. But love gives a woman the courage to face discomfort. It allows her to step into hard conversations, confront injustices, and advocate for herself and others, even when it's inconvenient or risky. Love gives her a why that is bigger than fear. It reminds her that the pursuit of a better future, whether for her children, her partner, her friends, or the world, is always worth the discomfort of growth. That kind of love is relentless. It does not give up when progress is slow. It doesn't retreat when faced with opposition. It stays committed to the vision and keeps pushing forward. A woman's love often shows up in places others don't think to look. It's in the way she teaches her children to believe in themselves, instilling values and confidence that will shape their lives. It's in the way she advocates for fairness and justice, often starting at the dinner table or the boardroom table. It's in the way she builds communities, fosters inclusion, and makes space for voices that might otherwise go unheard. All of these things come from love. A love that believes people deserve more and a life rooted in purpose. There is also a deep sense of responsibility that comes with this kind of love. A woman knows that love is not just about how she feels. It's about what she does with those feelings. Her love fuels her actions. It gives her the drive to get involved, to lead, to mentor, to serve. She doesn't just say, "I care," she proves it. She shows up. She builds. She challenges, and as a result, things begin to change. Not always all at once, and not always visibly, but consistently and powerfully over time. What makes a woman's love truly transformative is that it is rooted in vision. It sees beyond today's struggles. It sees beyond people's current limitations. It sees potential. A woman who loves deeply believes that people can change, that systems can evolve, that relationships can heal, and that the future can be brighter than the past. And because she believes it, she works for it. That's the power of her love. It makes people believe too. And in the process of trying to change the world, a woman's love changes her. Every challenge she faces, every wall she climbs, every battle she fights in the name of love makes her stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Love shapes her into a leader, a nurturer, and a force for good. She becomes not just someone who loves, but someone whose love drives transformation wherever she goes. In the end, a woman's love as a catalyst for change is one of the most powerful forces on earth. It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand recognition, but it moves mountains, changes lives, and leaves a legacy that echoes far beyond her own lifetime. Love is one of the most powerful connectors we have. It has the unique ability to bridge differences, dissolve walls, and bring people closer in ways nothing else can. And when it comes to a woman's love, that connection runs even deeper. It's not just about emotional closeness. It's about truly seeing another person, understanding their heart, and building a relationship rooted in empathy, care, and presence. A woman's love creates space for connection by inviting authenticity. With her, people often feel like they can let their guard down. There's no need to perform or pretend. Her love isn't transactional or conditional. It's a safe haven. When she loves, she sees beyond the surface. She notices the unspoken things, the small details, the moments others might miss. And in doing so, she makes people feel valued, not for what they do, but for who they are. That kind of connection is rare and it's transformative. It teaches others that they don't have to hide parts of themselves to be accepted. It allows vulnerability to exist without fear of judgment. And when we feel safe enough to be vulnerable, That's when true connection happens. That's when walls come down and empathy begins to grow. Empathy isn't just about feeling sorry for someone. It's about stepping into their shoes, seeing the world from their perspective and honoring their experience, even if it's different from your own. A woman's love naturally creates that kind of empathy because she listens with her whole heart. She listens not just to respond, but to truly understand. She doesn't rush to fix things. She allows people to feel what they're feeling. Her presence says, "You're not alone. I'm here with you." And in a world where so many people feel unseen or unheard, that kind of love is healing. These connections that grow from her love don't just stay confined to close relationships, they ripple outward into the world around her. A woman who leads with love builds community. She brings people together. She creates environments where people feel welcomed and included. She knows that love is not a limited resource. It grows the more it is shared. Her love doesn't compete, it connects. It doesn't isolate, it includes. And it doesn't judge, it seeks to understand. One of the most beautiful expressions of a woman's love is how it teaches others to love better. People who are loved by a woman with empathy and connection learn to mirror that love in their own lives. Children who grow up in the presence of that love learn how to communicate with compassion. Partners learn the value of deep listening and emotional safety. Friends learn how to show up for one another in ways that truly matter. In this way, her love multiplies, spreading empathy, connection, and understanding far beyond her own reach. There is also a quiet strength in the love that connects and builds empathy, because it takes courage to be open, it takes intention to stay soft in a world that can be hard, and it takes wisdom to lead with love even when it's not always reciprocated. A woman who chooses love in this way is not naive. She is powerful. She understands that connection doesn't always come easily. But she also knows it's worth the effort. She chooses to keep showing up, to keep opening her heart, because she knows that love is the only thing that truly heals. In the end, a woman's love isn't just something that exists in private moments. It's a force that builds bridges, mends wounds, and draws people closer to each other and to themselves. Her love teaches us that we are more alike than we are different, that we are all deserving of compassion, and that the most powerful thing we can offer another human being is the willingness to understand them. Through her love, connection thrives and empathy becomes a way of life. Love has often been misrepresented as self-sacrifice, especially when it comes to the way women love. Society has long painted a picture of love that asks women to give until there is nothing left for themselves, to stretch, bend, and break for the sake of keeping others whole. But true love, powerful love, is not about losing oneself. It is about empowerment. It's about rising into your fullest self while uplifting those around you. A woman's love, when it comes from a place of strength and self-awareness, does not diminish her, it amplifies her. When a woman truly understands the power of her love, she no longer feels the need to shrink to fit into someone else's life. She doesn't equate love with self-abandonment. Instead, her love becomes a reflection of her confidence, clarity, and purpose. It fuels her, not drains her. And because she knows her worth, the love she offers is not rooted in obligation. It's rooted in freedom and choice. She loves because she wants to, not because she's expected to. And that kind of love is transformative. To love and still choose yourself every day is an act of courage. A woman who empowers through love knows that she cannot pour from an empty cup. She invests in her own growth, protects her peace, and honors her needs, not because she is selfish, but because she understands that her well-being strengthens every relationship she's a part of. Her boundaries are not barriers, they are acts of self-respect. And in honoring herself, she teaches others how to honor her too. Empowering love is also deeply rooted in mutuality. It's not one-sided. It's not about one person always giving and the other always receiving. A woman who loves from a place of power knows that healthy love requires reciprocity. She seeks connection that is balanced, where both people contribute, support, and challenge each other to grow. She doesn't accept being taken for granted because she knows that real love doesn't ask you to stay small. Real love celebrates your evolution. And that's the beauty of love as empowerment. It invites growth. A woman who loves herself and others fiercely encourages change, not out of dissatisfaction, but out of belief in potential. She doesn't settle for the bare minimum. Her love raises standards. She pushes herself and those she loves to become better, more intentional, more fulfilled. Her love challenges stagnation and inspires progress. And she knows that empowerment doesn't mean perfection. It means alignment with values, with purpose, with truth. This kind of love doesn't require a woman to choose between her dreams and her relationships. It invites integration. It says, I can love you and still love me. I can support you without losing sight of my own goals. Empowering love allows space for individuality within connection. It honors the idea that two complete people can walk alongside each other, lifting one another without carrying the full weight alone. It's partnership, not possession. It's freedom, not confinement. Perhaps the most powerful part of empowering love is the permission it gives. It gives other women permission to do the same, to stop equating love with exhaustion, to stop romanticizing overextension, and to embrace the idea that they are allowed to thrive while loving deeply. It shifts the narrative. It redefines what it means to care for others while caring for yourself. So no, love is not about sacrificing who you are. It's not about erasing your needs or silencing your voice. A woman's love at its highest form is bold, it's wise, it's rooted in truth and fueled by self-respect. It empowers her to be her best self, and it inspires others to do the same. That's the kind of love that doesn't just survive, it transforms. That's the kind of love that changes everything. There is something deeply powerful about the way a woman nurtures through unconditional support. It's not loud or flashy. It doesn't always make headlines, but it is constant, grounding, and transformative. At its core, this kind of nurturing is about showing up consistently, wholeheartedly, without conditions or expectations. It's about being a steady presence in a world that often feels unpredictable. And while many may take this kind of love for granted, its impact is immeasurable. Unconditional support doesn't mean agreeing with everything or enabling harmful patterns. It means standing beside someone even when they are struggling. It means believing in them, especially when they can't quite believe in themselves. It's the quiet reassurance of, I'm here, even when words aren't enough. A woman who nurtures this way provides the kind of emotional foundation that helps people feel safe enough to grow, take risks, and become their truest selves. This nurturing love shows up in everyday moments, the encouragement before a big decision, the quiet patience during times of doubt, the ability to listen without judgment. A woman's support creates a safe space where others can breathe, reflect, and regroup. It doesn't rush people to be perfect. It allows them to evolve at their own pace, knowing they are not alone. This is the essence of emotional safety. The feeling that someone has your back no matter what, that you are not loved for your performance but for your presence. What makes this kind of support so rare and valuable is that it often comes without a need for recognition. A woman who nurtures through love does so because it's who she is. She gives because she understands the power of being seen and held. She's not looking for applause, she's looking to make a difference. And in that quiet service, she often becomes the strongest pillar in someone's life. Her presence doesn't demand attention, but her absence is deeply felt. Unconditional support also means believing in possibility. A nurturing woman sees not just where someone is now, but where they can go. She sees beyond flaws and failures and instead focuses on potential. She offers encouragement when someone wants to give up. She reminds them of their worth when they forget, and she never uses love as leverage. Her support isn't withdrawn when someone makes mistakes, it deepens. She knows that growth is messy and love is what makes it safe to keep trying, but this kind of nurturing doesn't just help others, it strengthens the woman herself. Because in showing up for others, she learns how to show up for herself. In practicing patience, she becomes more grounded. In offering grace, she discovers her own capacity for resilience. Her support isn't a weakness. It's a reflection of inner strength, emotional intelligence, and deep self-awareness. She knows that kindness and firmness can coexist. That love can be both soft and strong. In relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, this kind of unconditional support becomes a foundation for trust. People thrive when they feel supported. They become more confident, more open, more willing to face challenges. And that's what a nurturing woman offers, not just comfort, but empowerment. Her love doesn't shield people from hardship, it equips them to face it. She reminds them of who they are when the world tries to make them forget. Ultimately, nurturing through unconditional support is one of the most powerful expressions of love. It's not about fixing people. It's about walking beside them while they find their way. It's the kind of love that stays, that holds space, that speaks life into others, and it's the kind of love that leaves a lasting legacy, not just in words, but in the quiet, steady impact it has on the hearts of those who are lucky enough to receive it. Love, when offered with sincerity and depth, rarely stops with the person who receives it. It spreads, it echoes, it touches people and places far beyond what we can immediately see. A woman's love, especially when rooted in authenticity, has a ripple effect. One that moves outward, changing lives, influencing environments, and shaping futures in subtle but powerful ways. It begins in small moments, a word of encouragement, a gentle hand when someone feels broken, a quiet presence during chaos. These gestures, though they may seem small, leave a mark. They stay in people's hearts long after the moment has passed. When a woman loves with kindness, patience, and strength, the people around her carry that love with them. They remember how it made them feel safe, seen, worthy. And because of that memory, they begin to show up differently in their own lives. A mother who pours love into her children sends that love into future generations. Her children carry her compassion into their friendships, their careers, their own parenting. A partner who feels supported and respected by the woman beside him is more likely to bring that same energy into the world. Even strangers can be impacted by a simple act of loving kindness. A warm smile, a listening ear, a moment of genuine connection. These things matter. They build a culture of empathy and care. Piece by piece, the ripple effect of love doesn't just influence people, it shifts entire environments. A woman who leads with love in the workplace can change the tone of a team. Her emotional intelligence, her ability to uplift instead of criticize, her commitment to fairness and collaboration, all of these create a space where others feel valued and empowered. That energy doesn't stay confined to the office. It goes home with people. It changes how they interact with their families. It changes how they treat themselves, and the ripple continues. Because when someone is loved well, they're more likely to believe in love themselves. They're more likely to pass it on, to show up with patience, to give grace, to be generous with their time and heart. A woman's love, when it's rooted in truth and strength, becomes a seed that plants more love wherever it lands. And those seeds grow. They bloom in places she may never even visit. Her influence expands quietly and beautifully, shaping the world in ways she may never fully realize. But for that ripple to begin, her love must start from within. A woman who truly loves others is usually a woman who has done the work of loving herself. She has faced her wounds, healed what needed healing, and chosen to show up with wholeness rather than with resentment or emptiness. That self-love is the origin of the ripple. It's what gives her the capacity to pour into others without losing herself. It's what keeps the love pure, not performative, not manipulative, just real and powerful. And the beauty of the ripple effect is that it's unstoppable once it begins. Love, given without agenda, moves through the world like water. It finds cracks in even the hardest places and begins to soften them. It seeps into hearts that have been hardened by pain or disappointment and reminds them of what's possible. It brings light into darkness, hope into despair, connection into loneliness. A woman may never know the full extent of how her love has touched the world. She may never hear the stories or see the outcomes, but the ripple is real. It lives on in the lives she's touched and the people they touch, and in the slow but steady transformation of a world that needs more of this kind of love. A love that doesn't stop with one person, but moves outward, endlessly, powerfully, and beautifully.